Well, I play a lot of video games. That's
How
for
about
sure.
anything
And
outdoors, Johnson? Do you do anything
oh,
outdoors? I'm concerned
outdoors.
about
Oh
you.
yeah.
Do you speak any English?
Of course I speak English.
Hi everyone.
So first we're going to speak English, and then I think at the very end we'll speak a little Chinese because I think that'll be
Sure, sure.
helpful.
That's all
Um,
right.
so far, what I know about Jadson is he's in Germany right now. He's on vacation with his family. He's 18
Mm-hmm.
years old, and
Mm-hmm.
his English is really good for a Taiwanese person because he spent time in the U.S. Can you tell
Uh,
everyone how long? What is it? Was it the
sure.
U.S. or somewhere else? I forget.
No, actually not. I went to an international school in Singapore from my second grade to my fourth grade. So that's where I built up my foundation for an English skill. And then after that, I went back to Taiwan to study for a bit. And then I went back to Germany from my eighth grade to ninth grade for like again to study overseas, but in a local school. So yeah, I kind of had German and English together. That so that got my English conversation skills kind of refreshed. And then I went back to Taiwan to study to high school, and then here I am. That's it.
Wait, so you know German too?
Yeah, I just had a German proficiency exam like a few days ago, and I really hope I'd pass.
That's unbelievable. Do you think you have some kind of talent for language learning?
I don't know, but I find German vocab very hard to memorize. But my mom constantly insists that I have some kind of gift for this kind of thing. But but for my part, I don't. Well, I don't really think so.
Well, let me tell you, your English is very good. Not just your vocabulary, but your accent. You don't have much of an accent considering the time you just told me you've spent learning English. So I think you
Really?
must have some kind of talent for language learning.
Nah, it's just that I watched a lot of movies and I read lots of books. I think that's really it, really, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
want to get into that. How do you what can you share with everyone what ways you have found that have worked for you in terms of learning English?
Sure. So I have developed a habit of reading many books in my childhood. So during my second to my fourth grade, I basically just cooped myself in the library and read books like Geronimo Stilton, you know, the Mounds journalist, and then there's Aragon, Percy Jackson, and Harry Potter and whatnot. So I just read everything that I could get my hands on, and as well as I had some friends who are willing to speaking English. And lastly, I think is the movies. I think movies are quite a good source for you to actually hear English and see how other people English conversations. I think so.
What are some of
That's
your favorite books?
media, books, and friends. My favorite books, I'd say, is the Inherent Cycle by Christopher Poloni. It's about it's kind of a fantasy novel, and it's a young boy who picked up a dragon egg from middle of nowhere, and he rises to become a writer and save the world from a um, tyrannical mad king or something. But yeah, and I've read that series like two times, and I think it's really good.
How many books are in the series?
It's so it has four volumes, but I've heard that the author plans to go back to the world of Allegasia, which is the fantasy world setting, like few years after. So I'm really looking forward to the fifth edition. Well,
That's cool. So is that your favorite genre, would you say? Fantasy fiction?
kind of, yeah, fantasy plus romance.
And how about movies? Do you have any favorite movies? Because I'm a big movie fan too.
Movies, yeah, movies. Movie. I'd say, although it's not in English, but I think there's this movie called T-34 or The Downfall because I'm a military fan and I find these two movies are um quite to my liking.
Oh, what'd you say,
One is about tank
T-34?
about yeah,
I've never heard of that. I'll
it's a
have to look
tank.
that up.
Well, yeah. It's a tank model that is originating from the Union. The entire movie is about like a lone tank get out of German prison camps and finding his way through and whatnot. And the downfall is the movie that depicts Adolf Hitler in his last days, and I find that really cool to watch.
Oh, that's the movie where,
But
with the
anything,
meme, right?
uh,
Have you seen the meme where
yes, the
where Hitler is angry that so
999.89
and so,
or
Hitler
something
is
like that.
angry that
Yes.
so and so.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever watched that whole
Yeah,
movie.
that parody is timeless.
Yeah, that actor
As
did a
for
great
movies in
job.
English, though,
Have you seen the new Mission
I think
Impossible?
my best one would be. Oh yeah, I've only watched one of this, but I think what is it? Tom Cruise? I
Yeah.
think he's super hot.
Wait, you can't
Mhm.
say hot.
That's
Unless
for
you
movies in
did
English,
you,
though. Oh yeah, right. Handsome. It's not I'm gay or something. I'm straight. I'm straight.
No,
Just to
just
clarify,
kidding.
I'm straight.
What you were about to say your favorite movie?
My favorite movie in English would be uh that would be Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yeah, that's a great
It's also a
movie.
good movie though. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Platoon?
I'm sorry, what? The Platoon?
If you like Saving Private Ryan, I
Not
recommend.
well, no. No.
It's called Platoon, Platoon. It's about the Vietnam War.
Oh, cool. That would be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, that was before your time, but I think
Definitely. I'll put it down
I
later.
think you would like that. That really made an impact on a lot of people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so where did you grow up in Taiwan? Where were you born?
I grew up in Taiwan, yes, yes. I grew up in Taiwan, and it's due to my parents' work that I have to travel to different places. So learning English for me was a necessity to get myself going in different situations, making friends.
What
Yeah,
city were you
and
born
so
in?
I have tripped. Oh, in Taichung, the central wasteland of Taiwan. Well, not
What was
really.
your childhood like? What are your best memories of childhood?
I'd say it's the time in the international schools. There I met diverse kinds of classmates, and I really got my eyes opened there. And plus, I got my English skills. I think that's really worth it in the long run. So, but it's not all rosy and peachy. I tripped and stumbled a lot back then as well, but with gradual practice and tolerance from my
What do
classmates,
you mean in terms of
I
what?
eventually I eventually in terms of I when it came to Singapore, I had little to no basis of English understanding, so I could barely speak back. It was thanks to my English teacher, my first English teacher, that I got my basics down solidly. So
What
yeah, I have a lot to thank
what aspect of
for.
English was the
Um,
hardest for you?
hmm,
Can you pinpoint any one area? Like, how about like just in terms of
yeah,
speaking,
sure.
listening, writing, and reading?
I'd say if you need if you were to characterize into these four parts, then I would say it's the well, speaking came to me easily back then, but writing made a lot, and even now as well, a lot of grammatical mistakes. So yeah, I'd say writing and especially in the grammatical section, that's where it's for me most, even now.
That's really a higher level though. So
I suppose
would you say you didn't, would you say you picked up listening and speaking easily or
yeah,
quickly or?
um, not easily, but I have to pick it up quickly, cause otherwise I couldn't converse with Singaporeans or with my classmates.
Yeah,
So
actually,
it's
that's
something that
interesting you
I
say
had
that.
to
I
master.
think that's a good point that when you're in a place where you have to speak the language,
Yeah,
you're gonna pick it up
yeah.
more quickly because
So
that's your
so
only
even
option,
though
right?
yeah, yeah, that's correct. Like back then, I knew I was spewing up garbage and crap like un like completely ununderstandable English, but I had to do it. Otherwise, people will have no chance of getting to know what I am really thinking about.
What advice would you give the Taiwanese kids that are studying English, but they've memorized a lot of vocabulary words, but they're not very good at speaking? Do you have any, what advice would you give them to improve their speaking ability?
Make make new friends who is native and is willing to speak English with you. I think that's really it.
Yeah, but isn't
Because
it
you need
hard for Taiwanese kids to find
and
English speaking friends?
that's correct. Yes, I mean I have tried tandem a few times or a few times, but I find these partners well they just ignore me for a while after, and it doesn't really get my things going. So I recommend I think there's a new feature in ChatGPT is called Whisper or something that lets you with the AI chatbots and stuff.
Yeah.
Or there's a character website called character.ai and you can just speak with characters from I don't know from TV shows, from animes, or from movies. I think it's a really good resource if you know how to use it. Yeah, but all in all, if you can make new friends that speaks native English, I strongly recommend doing so. It's the fastest way and the most efficient way to improve your English speaking.
Okay, now can you say that in Chinese since they might not have been able to follow that in English?
Oh,
你
sure.
就你就说几句中文。Yeah.
我对这个台湾学生学英文的建议是，尽量的交外国朋友，然后并且愿意的跟你用英文聊天。那当然，如果就是我知道利用交友软体之类的是非常困难的一件事情。那呃我你们可以试着用 ChatGPT 之类的，或者是有一个网站叫 Character.ai，可以让你跟一些从电视、电影、影视或者是动漫的人物，就是用他们的口吻跟他们交谈。对，就是我觉得 AI 目前是一个你们非常好用的工具，然后就看你们怎么用它。嗯
Well, that was great. Okay,
，That's
and
really
we're almost done here. I just want to ask you, what do you do now for fun, besides movies and books? Do you have any hobbies?
Oh,
Or
sure. Well, I play a lot of video games. That's
how
for
about
sure.
anything
And
outdoors, Johnson? Do you do anything
oh,
outdoors? I'm concerned
outdoors.
about
Oh
you.
yeah, sure. I'm kind of an indoor guy, so it's about outdoors. I'd say going out for a walk. I think the sceneries in Germany is very beautiful, and I like to go out for a walk, like in the
你
woods.
你算不
I
算
find that
宅
very.
男啊？你会说自己是宅男吗？
我不是臭宅，但是我是有一点宅，没错。
Okay. That's okay. You
But
seem
really, I think hiking in Germany is a really wonderful experience.
that's cool. Do you have an
Yeah.
English name?
English saying?
Do you have an English name?
Oh, name. Yeah, Harry.
Harry?
Yeah, my
H
mate.
A R R Y?
Yes, yes, as in Harry Potter's Harry.
Hey, Harry, I just want to say you're the first volunteer that responded to my ad that actually came on to be interviewed. So I just want to thank you so much, and I think
Honored
it
as well.
was really cool meeting you. And hopefully we
Me
can talk
too.
again sometime because
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
think your story is really interesting, and I like your personality too. When are you
Just
coming
thanks, man.
back?
Thanks, man. I'm coming back on the day after tomorrow, actually. So yeah, I'm kind of sad leaving this place. Really
Are you going
sad.
back? Are you going back to Taichung, or where do you live now in Taiwan?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I still live in Taichung, so that's where I'll be going. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that Taipei has a typhoon warning today? It's
Yeah,
Ting
yeah.
Ban
I've
Ting
heard.
Ke today.
Yes, yes. I've seen news, and it turns out Central Taiwan is not getting any days off, which is kind of sad.
Oh, really? All right, Harry. Well, I hope you have a safe trip back, and hopefully we
Thanks,
can get in
thanks.
touch after you get back. Okay.
Yeah, and I wish you a good afternoon as well. It's afternoon
Thanks.
there in Taiwan, correct?
Yes, the afternoon here.
Yeah.
All right, Harry. Take care.
Anyways,
Bye.
thanks, thanks. You too, man. Thank you. Bye.